In this exercise, we're going to do something I consider to be fun and exciting, and that is to create a gradient sky. And to do that, we're going to take advantage of the resize tool to change our image to have a very narrow vertical or horizontal, and thus compressing the colors, merging or mixing them. But let's get started. Enough. So we'll use a line drawing tool to prepare. And we're going to create a sky for a sunny day. And I think I'll put a blue at the top. We're going to click right on the edge of the line. We don't want paint that we'd pour into this space to go outside of this line. So a lot of this is going to be a darker color. I'll go beyond the edge so I have a solid space. And then I'll switch over to a sky blue and draw another line. I did notice that my line color changed. That's because it was still selected. So I'll put it back. It really wouldn't have mattered, but to be consistent, we'll do that. And since this is going to be a full sky, I'm going to drop it down here to the edge and draw beyond the edge over here. Okay, I think we're ready. I'll use Paint Bucket, pour sky blue in this space, choose that other darker blue at the top, and now I'm ready to compress all of these colors plus this white to one single line, and that is the process of creating a gradient sky. Let's begin. We'll click on resize. This is important. We don't want to maintain the aspect ratio. That is, how wide is it compared to how tall it is, so I'll turn that off. Also, we want to do all of our control in pixels, so I need to enable pixels. This screen happens to be 800 by 604. So I'm going to change this 800 into a 1. When I do that and click OK, I don't know if you can see this, but there's a line right here, and that's all of our blended colors. Let's put it back out and see. I'll click Resize again, undo the Maintain Aspect Ratio, and select Pixels. For my elementary class, I say square, circle, and then I tell them to type back in 800. Click OK, and we should have our gradient sky. Let's do the same exercise, except for a nighttime sky. In a nighttime sky, I'm going to use black, and I'll again click at the edge, take it all the way off the page. This time I'm going to bring it lower because I want the top edge to be dark, very dark. And then I'll use a dark blue. Well, again, I've not let my line set. So I'll use a dark blue, and I'll do another line right from here, straight out. If I hold my Shift key, I should be able to get a straight line. I'll fill in with the Paint Bucket again, as I did before, the blue and the black. Let's compress this and see what this does for us. Again, what we're after is a nighttime sky or a twilight sky. We'll click on Resize, Square, Circle, make the horizontal space, that's from 0 to 800, make it into a 1. Click OK. We have our single line. Resize again, square, circle, and set it back to 800. And now we have a twilight sky that we can put stars in and clouds and so on. Let's do one more, a winter sky. So, and well, maybe we'll put some snowy hills in it. I'll use Control Z to get back to normal. Again, my line drawing tool. In a winter sky, I'm thinking the upper part of the atmosphere is actually kind of dark, so I'll draw that line across the top. I do want a gradient all the way down, so I'll put it all the way across the top. This time I'll pour in the color, just to be different. Another line, this time of a sky blue, and we'll bring it down again low. Did you notice that I tend to start these lines at the markers that are at a third? I believe in using the rule of thirds for these. So it'll be about there. So we're going to mix or blend three colors, this darker gray, sky blue, and white. So how do we do this? Resize, maintain aspect ratio, pixels, set it to 1. I'll click OK. Resize, maintain pixels 800, and OK. So now I have what I would consider more of a grayer winter sky. Oh, I did promise that we would put snowy hills. Let me show you what is required to put in other colors and shapes. You either draw a shape and fill it inside this sky um, by using the solid color tool, or let me press Ctrl Z, or you cut it out using the select tool. And I think I'll show you why first. So back to that circle drawing tool, put a circle here. I'll say that it doesn't fill. If I were to use the paint bucket with red and pour red inside here, because this is a gradient sky, because the rule for paint bucket is find the color it clicks on and search for every other color of that hue, or that basically that that exact shade, it'll replace it with the red. It only finds lines. So it would take forever to fill in something with a paint bucket. Okay, and I might have gone too far. Oh, good. So I went too far. Control Y. Well, let me get back here. So the technique that I recommend for the hills is to use a select. Make sure color number 2 is white, because when we delete, that's what's going to replace the color that we select. I'll start at the bottom. I'll go up the outside edge, and I'll draw my mountain range, my snowy hills, maybe a little taller. I'll bring it back down again, and then I'll press delete. So now I have my snowy hills. Well, that's it for gradient. I hope you enjoy.